Hello guys, what's up? Today we are anime play and today we are going to do new what if called what if Naruto was reincarnated as the Rimura tempest. So let's get begin with chapter 1. They say dying is normal, natural, something that shouldn't have been feared because it was inevitable. Naruto wasn't denying that. No, he wasn't scared. His death was actually very normal for his world, all things considered. Being stabbed in the back, figuratively and physically, both applied for him. It wasn't surprising either how that he thought about it. Damn, but damn those ears, those damn cheating eyes. Only some things like an apex predator should have them. But the Uchiha in general are just puppeteers. But they could be the prey, not the predator. Confirm editing unique skill, apex predator. They should have one been bothered considering it was Neville that got him here in first place, thinking he was his brother in all blood. A bunch of bullshit. Emotion got in the way of seeing things right in front of him. They are unimportant in surviving. It was something he learned during the war, yet he was dying in the valley because of his inability to abandon emotion when it was most indeed. He had to get a better hold on them next time. Confirm adding unique tear, emotion control. Sucks that because his best friend Kurumama is getting dragged into all of this. It wasn't his problem. Why couldn't he do one thing right? Releasing all the bitches should have been easy, but no. He had to hold back against his brother. Confirm adding title, host of the Kaiwi no Yoko. Damn this headache, now I'm hearing voices in my head. It's saying something about adding details. Those this means it creating a new body. Perhaps it's a goddess or something reincarnating me. Now that could be cool. I hope I get something like Sage mode now that was badass or something. I do not want to retain it. Confirm adding extra skill Sage mode. Kami Sama, if you hear me, could I could I stay human? I could look like a regular person, though if you do me into some other species, make them very bottom of the food chain. I do not need a challenge after all. Confirm generating body, bottom of the food chain. And just like that, the hero of the fourth great ninja war died. His killer Sasuke watched his brother lay this still. 5 seconds passed before he was gone in wind, going to fulfill his goal of being the world anime cave where I am, what I am. I can feel the general area around me, but I cannot feel anything like warmth or coldness. Wondered Naruto. He tried, looked around after could not find anything. He began to do just sit there. Normal people could have been more cautious or worrisome, but he unconsciously made his emotion not to be worried. About 10 minutes went by before Naruto heard two voices in his head. One was familiar, the one was brand new to him. They started arguing once they realized multiple people were trying to talk at him at once in his head. Hey, this is my head. Please be more cautious or talk one at a time. Please, now I remember Kurama, you saw you first. Strange, please wait. He could almost imagine the smug grin Kurama was using. Good to see you alive, Naruto, but I'm disappointed to see you have died to an Uchiha. If I was still my old prideful self, then I could have never helped you again for such a disgrace. Naruto could tell that he was mad about his defeat. And do not I have forgiven you by choosing the bottom of the food chain. Being a mere slime is discarding. Naruto could understand why Kurama was little mad. After all, being a slime since when I was a slime. Asked a weirdly calm Naruto. It seems to learn that jutsu in my old world was a bit a waste unless I could eat chakra in this body as well. But the more important issue at the moment is that my senses are almost dull. That's when he remembered the strange boy from earlier. I started talking once it realized Naruto remembered it. I believe I can be of assistant slime. Just use magic sense. It allows you basically see the area around you even without eyes. Just try to recognize the flow of the magic in the air and you can see everything. Explain the mysterious voice and then come to me. I wish you have a conversation. And that was the all or the voice before being silent. The magic seemed to be oddly similar to chakra but more spiritual, mused Kurama, trying doing what he used to do with wind chakra. Feel the difference in the air and try to track what's around you. Naruto saluted the best of his ability. Hi, Kurama Sensei, I will do you proud. It was more of a marking, but someone praising by could tell it was a good natured. Naruto let his energy go fully. The spread out everywhere in the confined and area. Suddenly there was a light, and with the light came noise, and then Naruto was able to use my sense again. From what he could observe, he was inside of some kind of cave now to just find the thing he was speaking earlier. He let his magic spread out more and felt a huge amount of energy near the end of the cave. It was weird because the magic field was suppressed, meaning that the thing could have even more what he felt. To confirm, I could say with his magic surprise, it's about as strong as a cage, thought Naruto as he moved towards the large number of molecules he felt. He took a quicker detour to check his appearance. It was Kurama said he was a slime, a yellow one in that too. When he reached the destination, Naruto realized why the number of molecules was massive. There was a dragon behind some kind of barrier. It was strange because clearly something this strong must have been able to break through it. So why didn't it? You wish to speak, Dragon Sama. Naruto wasn't stupid anymore. He could see what an opponent was strong for him. Especially in this current form, this assumption made him believe that being more diplomatic with the majestic creature should have been beneficial. If I am your territory, I will leave. Do you not wish to die right after dying? Said Naruto. The dragon merely stared at him for a long time. This did not bother Naruto. He used to be stared down by Tsunade and Sakura. Nothing could scare him nowadays. You are not scared to me, are you? Inquired the dragon. The dragon was very suspicious of this lie. For one, its number of magic is nearly on par with his own, and he was a freaking dragon. In this case, young man, could you like to become my successor? You could carry my name and bring honor to it. I cannot leave this cave, so it must be up to someone else to bring pride to my name. Unless you have a way, I could leave. If was a very sudden request. The dragon did not know why he was offering this deal to a slime. He was just something about the slime if him that it could perfect candidate. Are you sure, Dragon Sama? I do not know your name, and surely you have a child that could be better to take over the name. It certainly made more sense to Naruto to the child of the dragon to take the name. It's how he got his last name Uzumaki from his mother. Ah, my Apollo's slime. My name is Veldora and I am the Storm Dragon. To answer your question, I do have a child, but not in traditional sense. Please, he is very annoying. He always trying to destroy stuffs. Anyway, maybe I have your name. Well, very sorry, guys. Let's begin. As well, normally video could be more emotional with others. Usually, he ended up guile trapping them into doing what he wanted. This time, though, he chose to more diplomatic way because of the way the slime was. It was much smarter than other of its kind. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and I am from Konoha, the village hidden in the list. Konoha is an elemental nation. Have you heard of this land, Builder Sama? Asked Naruto. He knew that it's not likely he will ever go home, but it could be nice if to know if there is a chance or not. Well, Uzumaki Naruto, it is nice to meet you. Unfortunately, I have never heard any of this place you mentioned. I have lived for a long time. This means you have even more reason to consider my offer. It could give you something to do. Very said Veltor as he watched the slime stare at him. Veltor could not see it, but he could tell that Naruto was having a conversation with the fox spirit inside of him. It was strange when Veltor first saw the spirit while trying to communicate with the slime through mindscapes. The spirit easily outgrew his own decreased power, and it seemed like most of the beast power was being concealed as well. What do you think, Kurama? Naruto asked Kurama because he was the best choice when it comes to life changing question. The Kaiwi had lived over millennium and it had been a wise in some ways. It could be something to do while we are here. It also give us a goal. My main one before was finding a body to use, but that one can be a side project now. Naruto had just put thought into what he was going to do with his little ear. Now he got able to feel it, but being bored could cause many troubles, mostly headaches from Kurama complaining about doing nothing. I will say accept it. I'll give you a little title in this world. You could have be revoked your weight on the top if everyone knew you were taking the legacy of the dragon. Also, I discovered some new ability, but for now, I will tell you just one. Do exactly as I said. Then Kurama went to explain how he found an ability called Apex Predator, which allowed Naruto to basically consume any monster and species to gain their traits and ability of the creature. They could permanently disappear after that. Kurama then explained what he wanted Naruto to offer to Welter. Naruto looked at towards Welter and started give his proposition. Welter-sama, I could be honored to accept your name and live in the prideful of a powerful dragon. Welter looked pleased to be considered taking this name. However, I could like to offer you Welder-sama. Could you like to know it? Welder looked confused but slowly nodded his head. I must explain something first there. And then Naruto explained how Apex Predator work. So basically you want to observe my very being into you, your logical reasoning to me, agreeing it's because I could be stuck yet till I died anyway. Naruto nodded. He said there was no point in lying the dragon. Haha. I like you, Naruto Uzumaki, very well. I expect your offer. As you know the name you will bring taking, I will be Gufu, roughly translated to hurricane. You are now named Naruto Uzumaki Gufu. Now Naruto devour me as so I can be laid to rest. Naruto gave a mighty beast one last respectful nod before spreading his body all over the entire barrier and Welter's body. Slowly he wrapped around the entire thing and his body started compacting, shrinking down until it was just Naruto there in slime form. Yeah, I will be forever remembering you. Welter the storm dragon. Naruto then turned around and started looking for an exit. It turned out the cave was very large and then he first thought along the way he found many monsters but ended up devouring them for their stats and extra abilities. Somewhere him new to him and other could be done as his past anyway, like the steel string from a spider monster could be replicated with ninja wires, but he could not recreate poison breath he had gotten from a giant snake monster. Once he had finally reached the exit, he came across human. He was attempt to devour one of them to get more numeric shape, but decided against it when he realized how stupid they were. It could be more harmful to even generally like them. Instead, he opted to wait until he found a criminal to steal their body. Naruto was sure that he could edit the body to look more like his old one too. Once a human had passed, Naruto saw the outside world. It was beautiful. It was similar to Konoha with the large forest with a couple of mountains surrounding it, including the one he left out of it. He continued on the path he had been just outside of the mountain. He did not know what it led to, but most paths led him some sort of civilization. Naruto indeed to find somewhere to get food and sleep. After all, he could not easily hunt because he was unfamiliar with the landscape or even the animal in the land, though he does not even know if there needs basic needs anymore. That he was an issue for another time. Kurama, could you please stay away from me while I walk? I was able to feel anything around me in this form. Naruto said this was something that he had done plenty of times during the war. It was good way not to be snuck up. It made sense to Kurama's range was much larger than Naruto when it come to sense. Very well, then it was Slell again. Naruto walked and hoped, and for a while Bima spoke again. There's a group of what appears to be monster ahead. For small fry, mostly nothing to be worried about. Explained Kurama. Naruto gave him a mental nod and proceeded towards the group of monsters. Depending on type, they may or not live in pack of some kind. When Naruto reached the monster location, he saw it barely step out in front of them and asking for to be spread. It was pathetic, really. I see monsters of this world are now layer level of our home. Thought Naruto. It wasn't too much of a surprise though. With monsters like the Biju walking around, it was hard much beast that could destroy mountains accidentally. He also heard something about the creature was saying it was strange when he noticed they were running him to some kind of holy masters like some supreme ruler. You there? Naruto pointed to a monster and quickly kneel in front of him. What creature are you and why are you acting so fearfully on me? Asked Naruto. The creature was quickly to answer, we are goblins, Slime Sama, and we are feared you for your tremendous power in leaking all over the place. Even a pack of devils ran away earlier when they felt you. Slime Sama explained the apparent goblin. If you wish, we will bring you to our village. It is will be honest. Slime Sama could we could provide our best hospitality possible. Asked the asked the goblin. Naruto looked at them for a few seconds before nodding. At least as well as slime. Good, very well. I will have a name. It is Naruto Uzumaki Gufu. Now lead the way. Excuse my manner if you have. Do you have a name? Asked Naruto. The goblin shook his head. No, Naruto-sama. Most monsters do not possess name. The only way to give is from human or other powerful being. Naming monster. It gives the monster a great boost to in his power as well. Explained the goblin from earlier. The strange lead the way to the village, and I shall name all of you. All goblins' eyes bulged out of their heads slightly. The goblin slowly nodded his head, and he was scared after hearing the slime could name them all. It was incredible. Maybe he could ask if Naruto-sama could help this village. Kami knows it needed help. Naruto slightly moved to indicate the goblin could continue. Could you willing to help our village? Even temporarily could be grateful. Appreciate. We need someone who is powerful that can protect even our village is poor and run down. Surely with your side, Naruto-sama, we could try tremendously. Naruto thought about the pros and cons with Kurama in his head. Kurama thought it was a good idea mostly because he thought it was humorous how the government's worship is usually bashful blondes. I agree with you, Kurama. If could also as well start a base of operating to speak, and with that Naruto agreed to stay with goblins. They celebrated the whole way back to their village. It made Naruto smile when he used how cheerful the goblins were. It reminded him of the gang back home, including Sasuke before he started to become his current self. The positive thing is that I did not turn into brooding emo. Thought Kurama could kick my ass if I started brooding like Sasuke. His excuse could be something like the greatest music container will not act like a Accord Uchiha. Naruto knew if it was more of his pride being broken by Madara. Madara was one thing that could always set Kurama off. Somewhere in another world, a certain Uchiha text when someone had been unknowingly thinking about him, probably some stupid blondes. So guys, this was today. Please like and subscribe the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please comment me down if you want another part, and please like and subscribe the video. Peace.